Hello students, welcome to Science 1 lecture. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 8, Metallurgy. Now in this particular chapter we are going to deal with the physical, chemical properties of metal as well as non-metals, and what is the reactivity series of metals, how are ionic compounds formed, what are their characteristics, and what is metallurgy, various concepts related to metallurgy. Alright, in this particular lecture we are going to first learn about chemical properties of metal and reactivity series of metals. Now before starting the topic, what are the physical properties of metals? Learning about the chemical properties of metal, let us first see that what are the physical properties of metal. So metals are mainly found in solid state, right, except for mercury and gallium, which exist in liquid state at room temperature. Alright, then they are lustrous in nature, but their luster decreases when exposed to moisture or any reactive gases. Alright, that is, they are lustrous in nature, but when they are exposed to moisture, so they decrease, the luster is decreased. Alright, then they are malleable and ductile. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are hard except for the group 1 like sodium and potassium, right? We have studied about the periodic table. In that group 1 consists sodium and potassium, right? So that the elements which are coming in group 1 are hard, okay? All the metals are hard except for the elements of group 1. Now metals have high melting point and boiling point, and they produce sound, okay, that is, they are sonorous in nature. Alright, so these are the physical properties of metal. Now let us start with chemical properties of metal. Alright, so whenever metal reacts, they lose their electrons, hence they are called as electropositive elements. Why they are called as electropositive elements? Because whenever they react, they lose their electrons. Alright, now let us first see what happens when metals react with oxygen. Okay, when metals react with oxygen, they form metal oxide. Alright, whenever a metal is reacting with oxygen, they are forming metal oxide. For example, when over here, see, magnesium, when reacts with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. Okay, so similarly, if we have another example, let us say when sodium, okay, when sodium is burnt in air, it is exposed to air, right? So it is kept in kerosene to avoid laboratory accidents. Whenever sodium is burning, okay, whenever sodium is reacting with oxygen, so what is the element symbol? Sodium. So sodium, when reacts with oxygen, it gives us sodium oxide, that is Na2O. Alright, now this is not a balanced equation. Balanced equation will be, we have to write 4Na and over here 2. Okay, so 4Na, and when sodium reacts with oxygen, it gives sodium oxide. So remember this, that whenever a metal reacts with oxygen, it will form metal oxide. Now what when metal oxide reacts with water, what we will get? पहले मेटल ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्ट होता है तो हमें क्या मिलता है? मेटल ऑक्साइड मिलेगा. ठीक है, मेटल ऑक्साइड जब वाटर के साथ रिएक्ट होगा तो हमें क्या मिलेगा? वी विल गेट मेटेलिक हाइड्रोक्साइड. ओके, दैट इज एन एल्कलाई, metallic hydroxide, which is also called as alkali. So see here example, MgO, that is magnesium oxide, when reacts with water we get magnesium hydroxide. Okay, then calcium oxide, when reacts with water we get calcium hydroxide. Zinc oxide, when reacts with water we get zinc hydroxide. So whenever metal oxide reacts with water, we will get metallic hydroxide. Alright, and when metal reacts with oxygen, we will get metal oxide. Now next is as I explained that now what happens when metal directly reacts with water. in previous slide we have seen when metal oxide reacts with water we get metal hydroxide. But what if metal is directly reacting with water? So when metal reacts with water, and so what we get hydrogen gas. Okay, metal oxide plus metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas is formed. Whenever metal reacts with water we get metal oxide plus hydrogen gas. Metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is always produced whenever metal and water is there. Okay, whenever metal hydroxide is being produced, hydrogen gas is always liberated. For example, when calcium reacts with water we get calcium hydroxide plus water. Now what will be the symbol equation for this reaction? So symbol equation will be 2Ca, that is calcium, plus 2H2O. We will get 2CaOH2 plus water. Sorry, not water, hydrogen gas. Okay, let me show you one more example. When sodium is reacting with water, what will happen? Now 2Na, that is sodium, when reacts with water, the first product will be metal hydroxide. So 2NaOH, that is metal hydroxide, plus hydrogen gas will be related, so H2, right? So whenever a metal is reacting with water, the products will be metal hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Now reaction of metals with nitric acid or any acid. So let us say when metals react with acids, what is going to happen? Now when metals react with acid, for example, let's say sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, for example, what we will get, the product will always be salt and hydrogen. Okay, whenever a metal is reacting with an acid, it will produce salt and hydrogen. Let's see an example. Okay, I'll write it up and show you. For example, magnesium. Okay, so magnesium when reacts with HCl, it will give us magnesium chloride, that is a salt, right, plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Alright, now this is not a balanced equation. I have just explained you, for example, that when a metal is reacting with a acid, we will get salt plus hydrogen. Alright, another then next thing is, so in your textbook it is given that what happens when metal reacts with nitric acid. So first thing is nitrate salts are formed. Alright, whenever a metal reacts with nitric acid, nitrate salt are formed. Now for example, let's see an example, that is copper when reacts with nitric acid, that is HNO3. Okay, so we get copper nitrate plus nitrogen dioxide plus water. Okay, so when when metals are reacting with nitric acid, nitrate salts are formed. Okay, now various oxides of nitrogen, that is N2O, NO or NO2 are also formed in accordance with the concentration of nitric acid. Whatever will be the concentration, see here it's given that if dilute nitric acid behaves as a typical acid and its reaction is with most metals, so we get corresponding nitrates. However, the concentration will be there, whatever will be the concentration, whether if it is dilute nitric acid or whether it is concentrated nitric acid. So depending on that, we will form the nitrogen oxides will be formed based of the concentration of the nitric acid. Okay, now see if we have let's see an example of dilute nitric acid. Okay, what if copper reacts with dilute nitric acid? So what will happen? Let's see that. So Cu plus HNO3. Now I am not showing you a balanced equation, I am just giving an example. So when copper metal reacts with nitric acid, that is HNO3, we will get copper nitrate, okay, CuNO3 plus NO plus H2O. the example which is given over here. All right, so this is how when metals react with nitric acid, depending on the concentration of the nitric acid, oxides of nitrogen are formed. All right, so till now what we have studied, that when metals react with oxygen, the product formed is metal oxide, and when this metal oxide reacts with water, we get metal hydroxide. Okay, now when metal directly reacts with water, what happens? Whenever metal directly reacts with water, metal hydroxide is produced, along with which hydrogen gas is liberated. When metals are reacting with acids, we get salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, when in particular we talk about nitric acid, whenever metal reacts with in particular nitric acid, the product formed is salt. Okay, nitrate, the metal nitrate and water, plus depending on the concentration of the nitric acid, we get oxides of nitrogen. All right, now let us see the reactivity series of how is the reactivity series of metal. So the arrangement of metals is in the increasing or decreasing order of the reactivity is called reactivity series. What is exactly reactivity series? When how the metals are arranged, whether in the increasing form or in the decreasing form, so that arrangement is called as reactivity series of metal. Now here we have the elements which are highly reactive. Okay, they are highly reactive. So we have that elements on the top, that is potassium, sodium, lithium, calcium. Okay, so they are highly reactive. Then magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, tin, lead, they are reactive with acid, and they are also reactive with oxygen. The first four, that is potassium, sodium, calcium and magnesium, they are reactive with water. Okay, then magnesium, aluminium, then carbon, okay, zinc, iron, tin, lead, these are reactive with water, they are reactive with acid as well as with oxygen. All right, that means they are moderately reactive metals. And the third one are less reactive metals, which includes copper, silver, gold, mercury also comes in this range, that they are less reactive metal. Okay, now scientists have developed the reactivity series by doing many experiments of displacement reaction. Okay, and based on that they have arranged the metals in the increasing or decreasing order, whatever, and this is called as reactivity series of metals. And this is according to three types. Okay, metals are divided into three types, that is highly reactive metals, moderately reactive metals and less reactive metals. All right, so remember the names of the metal which comes under highly reactive metals, which elements come under, which metals come under moderately reactive metals, and which metals come under less reactive metals. Alright, so with this we have finished one of the topic of chapter number 8. In next lecture we are going to start with chemical properties of non-metals. Alright, thank you.